Step into the kitchen area, which is the darker blue there. Stay off it as much as possible. That's the rule.
Come on!
Unless it hits the exquisite earlies already over the last few days where they dodge the kitchen and jump out of the court while hitting a shot. Yes, indeed. Just couldn't get enough on that backhand drive.
Yeah.
1-0-1. Point.
Quality,
1-1-1.
such quick reflexes.
Point.
The speed up, such a key factor in those thinks battles, the hands battles. Suddenly you'll see the Danny Townsend and George Wall.
2-1-1.
Oh, what an angle, Pekka. Oh, she's intelligent.
1-2.
All of them here, suddenly, with a new
3-1-2.
life, an added energy, courtesy some quality pickleball visible. The way it's panning out. Let's take a look at this again. It looks much easier in slow motion.
4-1-2.
The speed at which they return those in real time is unreal.
Point.
It's just so in training.
5-1-2. Side out.
I think it's just simply, it'll hurt more if it's hitting the upper part of your body. Would hurt less if it's hitting your shoes.
5-1-1. Second server. Side out. Second server. Side out. 5-1-1.
Okay, here.
6-1-1.
Let's work it. Yeah.
6-1-2.
Back to me.
Point.
Classic rally here. Wow.
Overhead smash does the trick for George there.
Big
9-1-2.
deficit.
Side out. Point.
Rome at the baseline.
Server.
Danny not giving them any space to breathe. So if George won't get you, Danny will.
2-9-2.
Here we go. Right here. No, you're good. Okay. Here, right here.
9-2-1.
the kitchen, and now all four players concentrated towards that dark blue patch of the court that is called the kitchen. Behind the white couch where all the dignitaries are seated, a bunch of kids sitting, enjoying themselves. You can see them clapping, cheering. I'm sure eventually the camera will pan to them, and it's a beautiful spot.
10-2-2.
As we see the rally getting heated here. I high-fived a few of them. They seem quite excited. We're still figuring out the sport as they walk past me. But one thing I can promise you is the lack of information has nothing to do with the lack of enthusiasm. Really excited to be here and pick up a new sport that could be their future. You can see in tournament number 1 here in Delhi, already a $50,000 prize pool, which is a lot of money.
10-2-1.
Roman and Sarthak, that looks like it's half my size, at least the one for the winner.
And that's what we're fighting for. That's what the PWR DUPR India Masters is all about. While game 1 is what Roman and Pei would want to forget.
Gotta love that blingage. Always been a fan of gold jewelry. Love to see it.
ATP attempted but fails there, Bekau. The finger goes up instantly from George Wall. You have to call your...
A lot of nobility in this game, where trust plays a big factor. You see that in Kabaddi as well, where you do call it yourself. And that just shows that makes the referee's job a lot.
He's had some really tough calls. He stands tall. He's done a great job over the last 3 days, Mr. Byron Fresso. The kitchen, it's predominantly where you'll hear the chief referee making the calls, but towards the sidelines, the baselines, you see the players make those calls.
Who've not had much reason to celebrate through this particular game, at least. Both have individually played fantastically through this tournament. Remember, multiple games, multiple counts, and those big trophies will be in somebody's hands.
Townsend, full of energy, fully focused. Alongside her partner, George Wall, the captain, the Major League Pickleball team in Australia. A lot here, you want to soak in the pressure. These are different conditions. But as Australians, you also have to deal with a lot of heat. It's not always pleasant when it comes to the Australian Open itself. So hot. So many of the tennis players struggle with the heat when it starts. The start of the year in January, you see how much here, where these two Aussies are looking to dominate. They've got off to a good start, 1 foot in the semi-final.
Wow. Just watching that rally gave me...
breath, and he recovers from his giddiness. Because I'm sure these high-intensity rallies are not going to stop. There's a long day ahead, and there's lots of thrillers coming. Court there, Danny Townsend. She had the option of being able to go for the ATP. The fancy shot, not attempted. Play safe. Avoids the risk.
That's what snipers are taught in military school. Aim small, miss small. and well, clearly applies in this sport as well.
Side out.
Of not wanting to step on that kitchen line. Darker shade of the blue is called the non-volley zone or the kitchen. Can't enter or you will end up losing the point. As a receiver have entered the kitchen, and the opponent serving wins it. You only win points on your serve, basically, essentially.
Then not your point.
No way.
Side out.
And haven't we seen quite a few of those, Chinmay, already, that one-person touch can become such a bad matic. So many close calls, but one of them yesterday, it really went the distance in terms of drama and thrill.
Points starting in close quarters from the kitchen area and then move back. But good to see that the game is looking alive now. Don't want every game to get over.
3-1-2.
Every
Side out.
The speed on that, forcing the error from the panel of Pekao there.
With 3-1.
They'll be happy with the right Roman in the grey jersey. Now, on the right there, it's the Aussie duo right there. George Wall on the right, Danny Townsend next to him. They're the ones who won the first game. Down the middle with that roar that come on from Danny Townsend. The 21-year-old is in red hot form at the moment. Here, let's go. The Aussies are not as much as they were in the first one. The lob this time, Roman pounds that one away. The smile on his face returns, and you want to in a tough spot at the moment.
Side out. Yep. 3-4-2.
Wow, on the foot there in the end, forcing the error. Chinmay won't be speaking for a bit because the vertigo will continue. That's how.
loving every second of it though. My head is not right in the right place, but what a game to watch.
Also, 3 of our athletes.
6-3-1. 3-1, 1 minute.
In comes a timeout. So a breather for all of them. We haven't seen a lot of timeouts today, interestingly.
The game is as uninterrupted as possible.
You have 1 timeout remaining. Serving team, you have 2.
Here we go then. After the timeout, Danny Townsend, the 21-year-old, ready to serve. Unbelievable.
8-3-1.
And you see Sarthak generally never takes sides, never this big with his praise, and if it's impressed him, it must have been good.
Back, the wrist control, just the hands there doing the job for her. But all 4 of them have, without a doubt, raised the bar at the kitchen.
Point.
And this will also help you understand how table tennis similarities show up here. What Pekao is doing is squash, badminton, not so much squash, but Yes, all elements of racket sports combine and give us this sport called pickleball.
And of course, a little bit of chess, as you keep loving to remind me.
Point game match says Pirate,
Congratulations.
and the Aussies are through to the semi-finals. George Wall, Danny Townsend were clinical.